Hello and good morning, everyone. This is Teddy, aka JamesKisau on MTGO, and today we're going to leave our list in the hands of fate a bit. Here is the wheel of stuff, or the wheel of shit, and I do this just when I don't really have anything pressing I need to test or really work on at the moment. Just kind of threw some cards in here. Some of them are Grixis control adjacent, some of them are not very Grixis control, and just kind of cards that are on top of my mind sometimes. So I just threw them in this wheel, and we are going to see which one we get to play with today. Here we go. Oh, that was so close. We almost got to play with Fairy Mastermind, but instead we'll be playing with Sword of Fire and Ice today. So let's hop on over and see how we do. All right, it's about a day later now, and I finally have some time to record, and we gotta honor the wheel. So there's my Sword of Fire and Ice, and I thought I'd maybe make a little bit better use of it if I had some evasive creatures to hold it, even though pro red and blue should be pretty good. Still a lot of black and white and green creatures out there, but and colorless creatures, Eldrazi. But I thought I'd give it to like Baragoyf and Frog, and still want to use Harsh Mentor. It was pointed out maybe I wasn't thinking of every single application for this card, so yeah, we'll try it out. Off the bat, we're up against Trophy Leader Larry David Yo. So I don't have very much to lose here. Alright, so I do want that black source. And I'll also pick up that Force of Will. I didn't realize I was so feared. Oh, okay. That's not what I was expecting. Shall this be a force check? I also faced this yesterday. Having a Kolaghan's Command is very nice. But yeah, the force is most nice of all. Force is most nice of all. It does feel good to hit Mystic Forge with the Kolaghan's Command, provided it hasn't entirely buried you by that point. But if, you know, they cast it and they cast a Lotus Petal off the top of their deck and then you Kolaghan's Command it, it's not the worst. Unless they've cast like Born Upon a Wind before that and then they just keep going off and it's terrible. And ooh, Urza's Saga. They can get Vexing Bobble off that, so I should probably force at my next convenience. Basalt Monolith. I really don't want to force that. I still have another turn to force, so. Not to mention if they go for a payoff here like One Ring or Karn. I'd rather force that. 2 keys, only 1 monolith. I think we know what to Kolaghan's Command. Although fighting this deck on mana just feels very futile. I like to fight it on card advantage, to the extent that I also don't really fight Paradox Engine. Sometimes it's necessary to hit Paradox Engine though, if their card advantage is like a One Ring. You can't really destroy that with Indestructible. You can't destroy that which is indestructible, is what I'm trying to say. Alright, we'll discard a mountain here. And turn this 20 turn clock into a 10 turn clock. And hopefully draw another Force of Will. Another Psychic Frog. Do I need to cast that? I don't think so. I think it's important to Kolaghan's Command here. Yeah, with those two Urza's Workshops, they're going to make an absurd amount of mana. Alright, time for the dreaded end of turn Brainstorm. Turns out I should have cast Psychic Frog, but it's impossible to know these things. I'll redraw one of these lands. Shuffle the other away. I also don't know how good Thoughtseize is, to be honest. I think I'd rather discard it to Frog. Is that true, though? This Force of Will be what I discard to Frog, depending on what I see here. Because I think they'll just get Vexing Bobble. Okay, yeah. Grabbing that Karn is nice. Don't want to have to worry about that thing. I'm probably just going to have to destroy constructs with these K commands as well. So maybe I just do that, have them discard their city, and then hopefully find some way to... Or I don't really care if they have City of Traders. I could deal 2. Yeah, that's probably better. Don't think I can afford to take this damage, because another thing I could do is just like jump the frog and all that good stuff, but lightning bolt. We're gonna have a bolt snap bolt finale. I'm almost certain they're gonna get a vexing bauble here. That's become a pretty common play pattern. And it looks like they top decked. Yeah, they could have went a lot deeper on that, but it also makes sense to find a payoff. Yeah, this is one of the best draw spells I've ever seen. Scry X is just insane. They hit another vexing bauble. We are fortunate for that. They hit more mana. Okay. Cool. Well, how are we going to beat this 8/8 is the next question. If I can top deck a land and Snapcaster Mage, hit that construct, and I guess deal 2 again. Strix also works. That's fine. No, I think I ponder. Huh. I think I want all these bolts. That's 9 in concert with Snapcaster Mage. I mean, the other draws are not great. Maybe Psychic Frog can fly and deal the rest of the damage. I don't know. Cling to Dust can turn 1 card into 2 for pumping frog purposes. Okay. End Eternal Lightning Bolt. If they ever feel like they have to just crack the bauble, it'll turn on Force of Will. Uh-oh, what's this? I don't think we'll survive another Kozilek's command. And they just put 4 cards on the bottom of their library. They're probably due to hit something pretty bad for us. Sure. Oh my god. 5 bottom. Well, you get a Saga. That will beat me. But hopefully it's not fast enough. I really hope it's not fast enough. But maybe we're not fast enough. If I cling and get that Shieldred's Edict, they'll have another construct to replace it next turn by the time I play Psychic Frog and actually have it ready to attack. So yeah, I'm just kind of 1 mana behind here, but I've kind of used all my cards, right? Or no. No, I discard that mountain. Oh, I'm so stupid. Oh my god. This could have totally been avoidable if I'd just not discarded that mountain, but then they would have been at maybe a higher life total. I don't know. It's hard to say. Good lord, though. It's not good. Whatever is happening is not great. Snapcaster can chump. So if I top deck a land next turn, maybe this will work. Because I do need to snap bolt. That part is pretty important. Yeah, they just keep drawing mana. We are blessed. I think it's probably right for them to get rid of that Vexing Bubble at this point, right? I'm also not seeing where the extra damage is going to come from. I need Psychic Frog to deal 5? That's so much. Okay, actually this is pretty good. If they whiff again for some reason, which I think is almost impossible for them to whiff at this point. Alright. I don't know how Frog is going to deal 5. I might just need to snap Edict. I think I need to snap Edict. Pithing Needle on Frog. That's pretty good. Also good to know they have Pithing Needle. The One Ring. That's also pretty good. So I can't draw a Frog this turn. They have protection from everything. I guess I should just Brainstorm. Go like that. And then, yeah, I do think Snap Edict is probably the best way to address this. And then maybe their One Ring can make up for the bolt I should have had. But I don't think they're going to whiff at this point. Although they did shuffle. So all those cards they put on the bottom are now incorporated back into their deck. So maybe they'll draw them. I don't know. All those useless cards. Flash Raker when I'm at 8, not a good sign. They don't need to deal that much damage. And also, I was counting on getting a little extra damage with Snapcaster Mage. 2 to be precise. Psychic Frog can't fly. We're in bad shape. And they have a Mystic Forge. Almost guaranteed to lose from here. Unless they like run land into land into land. Untapping the One Ring. It's all pretty bad. The One Ring and Voltaic, 2 Flesh Rakers. They barely need to cast anything from here. Yeah. Well, we were given many opportunities to close this out, but couldn't quite get there in time. I feel like Vexing Bubble has changed this matchup quite a bit. It used to be pretty... Ooh, maybe Harsh Mentor. This could be good. Because their life total is already so scant, you know? Although they have frickin' Kozilek's Command. That card really ruins everything. Let's see if Consign to Memory can help out. Meltdown. Infernal Reckoning, sure. Because apparently it's a race now. Gotta keep in Sword of Fire and Ice. I do want Thoughtseized as well. Edict, not as great. Unless they play Karn and don't minus, but that rarely happens. Can go down 1 land as well. I used to be able to like Surgical Karn, and they'd have a really hard time winning. Now it might be more accurate to call this Flesh Raker combo. Alright, I need cuts. Strix, not great. Go down to Snapcaster Mage as well. It's a little slow. And then I should probably just be Infernal Reckoning. Yeah. I'd be excited if I drew Harsh Mentor. Looks good to me. It has a lot of pressure. And as you saw, their life total usually dips pretty low. Its pressure spread over multiple bodies as well, so Kozilek's command has a hard time doing stuff. Basic Mountain kind of screwing us over here. Yeah, I kind of need to cantrip again next turn, so... guess I just go like that. Strix becomes the pitch. What's this, Defense Grid? They don't play that anymore. Yeah, Vexing Bubble. Forcing that makes no sense. Let's just try and find Harsh Mentor. Ponder. Meltdown, huh? Pretty good. Hopefully. It'll be a Meltdown for one, but I mean, that takes out both of their permanents. Might need to wait on that Meltdown. Although we might really need the ability to force as well. Double Flush Raker. Okay, that kind of settles it. Because this will also make the constructs really small. A little less appealing now. But I really want the ability to force. If they crack this Bobble right now, just looking for more action, I think that'd be really greedy. But they might do it. No, they don't. Alright. Meltdown for 2. There's no guarantees when that will happen, though. They can replace their key off Saga. I think it's actually better to wait. And just count on them not top decking a bomb for once. Didn't work out last game. I have faith. Now that I have K-Command, though, I could just put away Bolt, K-Command, Flush Raker, and a Construct. But I really like the idea of melting down for 2. Does that mean if I'm not going to be able to force until I melt down, I should just shuffle it away? And just answer what they have? That actually doesn't sound that bad. Hopefully it's not too silly, though. Now I could Surveil or I could Ponder. I'm going to Surveil. Sure, why not? Well, you don't become the trophy leader from being unlucky, that's for sure. Oh my goodness. Maybe if they don't have the mana to do anything with all the cards in their hand, they'll just collapse. I'll probably do a bunch of stuff in response, like draw a card and all that. Off their Bobble. They can do some gymnastics with the key, but then they can't really, like... well, they can float. yeah, they can float and then make the construct after all that. Alright, the next step is just outsize these things. Put significant pressure on their life total. If I cast Bowmasters and Murktide next turn, I think I'll be in position to win. And hopefully they don't get enough resources by the time they can... yeah, hopefully they don't get the resources to make use of all the cards they drew with the One Ring. But if they get a key right now and are able to like cast another monolith and just go off from there, that would suck. Yeah, there's a key. What are you doing to me? Adventure's Fair. Well, that one does not make 2. Sure. Getting hit for 5. Not cool. We'll be able to chump these for days, though. Well, actually, we won't because of frickin' Manifold Key. Card is busted. So maybe it's better to hold up Brazen Barber? I don't know. That doesn't seem right either. Feast your eyes on my 8/8. Yeah, do I do this? Do I cast Bowmasters? I think it's way too easy for them to beat me with that Manifold Key. But then at that point, like, I'm not going to jump with my Murktide Regent, so yeah. We do this. They might juke. Okay, no, they don't. Send a face. It'll be hard to just, like, play out a bunch of artifacts, though, since they'd have to crack their Vexing Bubble to do that. They can't increase their construct size for free. It will cost mana. And a lot of life, apparently. If they have a backup ring, though, that's a good way for this deck to go off. Flesh Raker, well, that might kill me. Yep. I can't really draw cards until they get protection from everything, though. But they're very close to making that thing unblockable. They just need 2 more artifacts and the mana. Here's one of them. Oh yeah, just lose. You got it. Yeah, I can't believe they top decked that One Ring. I needed them to miss for 1 turn, and I feel like I was going to be able to thread this together. Hand seems good. Start like that. Yep, that card's good. No matter really what we're up against. See if I can get rid of this thing right now. I can try. These decks usually run a bunch of Fatal Push and stuff like that. So Psychic Frog, Barragoyf are probably the things to lose here. Got a force out of them. That's nice. 2 forces, technically. Why do they want this so badly? Basic mountain? What on earth? That kind of makes me feel like they're probably not playing a Daze. Oh shoot. They also might have Brainstorm. So maybe I'll just play out Strix. It's a pretty good play against a Blue Moon style deck. Which is what this must be, right? Unless it's Jeskai control and it just looks weird right now. If it is Jeskai, these clue tokens even the playing field a little bit, but that Tammy won't be around forever. Oh, what? Excuse me? What on earth is this? Rug? Rug Delver does not run Tega. It can't run Tega. It's nice to see someone else playing Lightning Bolt, though. Just have no clue what this is. And they're playing. It's probably a Murktide region deck, right? It's like the only good thing Rug can do. Just kidding, of course. Ah, Ice Fang Kutai. An old favorite. Probably a better card than Baleful Strix, but it makes you play snow basics, which really limits the creative expression your deck can have, and that's sad. Ah, Uro. So yeah, this is kind of like a really old school Pokemoki deck. Rug mid-range with Uro, kind of updated. I don't know if he was ever playing Kutai though. We fortunately also have like Kling. I don't think he was ever playing this many basics either. I wonder if this is like Rug me. Is this the Rug version of my deck? Is this Hooting Mandrills? Oh, this might be like a Rug Beanstalk, which was a deck that used to exist. The amount of pressure, though, that we are contributing is vast. Another land drop. I don't hate it. Let's try and not spend too many cards here. But that Uro needs to go. Okay, they're F6'd. What does that mean? I can ponder in peace. Yeah, I'll take more Bowmasters. I could just take Tamio out. I feel like they're already pretty not incentivized to mess with whatever's going on here, you know? Rug famously a color faction with no sweepers, as far as I know. I mean, they're like pretty conditional sweepers. There's Anger of the Gods, that would be pretty bad right now. Wouldn't take out my army. Food chain. Okay. That was not on my radar. Do they have the combo? Thank the Lord they don't. It's only a matter of time, though. I should have read for Food Chain. There's no Rug mid-range deck. And usually when you see Kutai and stuff like that, Food Chain. There's no point in playing Murktide Regent, because I think we got him next turn no matter what. I should be looking for some kind of interaction, although the food chain is really hard to interact with. Being a green enchantment at all, it's like the hardest thing for Grixis to interact with. Let's brainstorm. That didn't solve a thing. Didn't solve a thing. There we go. I think I still take the brainstorm. They can play the Kutai and then exile to food chain. One Bowmaster down. Still have one more. I'm really glad that that's what they drew. Can they go off from here? They might be able to, honestly. Oh god. Pretty sure they need more than one card to go off, though. Like, if they hit the Mist Hollow Griffin or whatever, it's a lot of mana. But then you need something to do with that mana. Yeah, that's one way to turn one card into two. Did they have, like, the perfect brainstorm? What the fuck, man? Are you kidding me right now? How many of these do they play? If they run 4 of each, then maybe. They also had to hit that questing druid, like I said. That's so cursed. Take Opposition Agent. Definitely don't want Infernal Reckoning on that Eternal Scourge, because they can cast it from exile, as we saw. Consign of Memory is not bad against it, though. You want it in the graveyard. They're also playing Ura. I'll take one Surgical. I don't really want to play 3 Thought Seizes, but green enchantments are like our worst enemy. Bolt is their removal spell of choice. We're good against Bolt. They'll also have Pyroblast, though. Let's go like that. I can't imagine they just have a bunch of Walking Ballistas in their deck, even though that card scales super well. Like, it's pretty mediocre. Ooh, Sword of Fire and Ice. I'm happy again. But no landers, come on. I hope this is still fun to watch. I'm pretty annoyed right now. Ugh. Let's see how they deal with Psychic Frog on the play. You need a lot of basics before your Strixes turn on. Shuffle away that. Undercity Sewers. Sure. Now we're slightly unmulliganed, but only slightly. And they did that instead of playing out Tamio, which is interesting. We'll do that. Yeah, I think I do need this. Land number 5 is not bad either, because then you can cast and equip Sword of Fire and Ice, which is pretty sick, as everyone knows. I guess they had a little bit of help with that Volcanic, or with that Thundering Falls last game. Or wait, no they didn't, right? Didn't they? Put a Scalding Tarn in the graveyard. I'm obsessing over this way too much, but I think it's worth obsessing over how, like, perfect it was. Yeah. Didn't even hit on their Surveil. Cursed. All I have to say about that is how cursed it was. They put a card on top. Should I Surgical or Forces? I'm not doing anything else this turn. What are they going to do? Cast a Braid? Yeah, right. Get out of here. Can't wait to consign to memory your Walking Ballista with like 10 copies. Get Uro out of here. Veil of Summer, good to know. Kutai, Food Chain. Yeah, how do I beat this? Okay, they had 2 Ballistas. That's still not enough to satisfy me. Because they only have 1 Eternal Scourge. So yeah, I'm very angry right now. 3 Pyroblasts. This deck is surprisingly streamlined for a Food Chain combo toolbox. I guess it's not a toolbox. How do you find your cards then? Manipulated Fate, I guess? I don't know. I don't know, everyone. This deck doesn't seem that good. But it's probably going to win. Been that. They're pretty defenseless to a creature equipped with Sword of Fire and Ice. Especially if I can top deck that creature right now. Come on. Now what do I do? I can Thoughtseize to clear the Veil of Summer. Just 2 for 1 myself. Think of it like forcing them. And then, I don't know. Consign is seeming like worse and worse. But it doesn't really seem like they have recourse for that, do they? They'll have to rely on their mid-range beats. Yeah, you're not going to beat Consign to Memory with the Pyroblastus for sure. Yeah, let them have their combo. I'm not seeing anything scary like Paradox Zone or stuff like that. So yeah, Thoughtseize gone. Cling gone. Ponder. Shuffle. Pass. We'll look for a creature again next turn. We're definitely due to find one. Because yeah, I decided out 1 frog and then the Murktide Regent. So we have Strixes, all kinds of good stuff. The Chain of Food. Mm-hmm. It's never when you want it to be there. I guess there's no reason to do this right now. I've seen their whole deck. I'm almost halfway through mine and I've only seen 1 Psychic Frog, so... There's gotta be creatures. There's gotta be creatures. They're somewhere, right? Just triple check that I have them. Yeah, I've got 2 that, 3 that, 3 Bowmasters, Barrowgoyf. Lots and lots of creatures. So Veil can beat Consigned Memory, I'm just realizing, because I was thinking about the triggered ability mode. So I do need to draw that out somehow. There we go. Perfect. Unless they have even more. I got one more. Prismatic Vista and Ice Fang Kutai. Okay. Cool. They didn't want to play the Prismatic Vista? Works for me. Bolt my Bowmasters. Alright, well. Let's clear this thing while we can. Ballista. I'll counter that. Thank God they didn't have the second one. Veil of Summer, that is. Alright, now we put Sword of Fire and Ice on this and really get to work. Oh, that's so cool. Yeah. Yeah. Imagine navigating the board to this state. The state where you have Sword of Fire and Ice equipped to a creature and you're attacking. It's rather glorious. I don't want to draw those lands. So you have infinite mana. What are they supposed to do with that? Cast backup food chains? Doesn't sound very strong. We should win this race. Quite handily, especially with the help of Kling. You know, I'm actually afraid this is going to fail to find, so just go ahead and do this. Bit of lag there. Okay. Baragoyf. We'll end this next turn, so one force is fine. Alright. From the Catacombs is interesting. I do like it against Uro decks. And this one is pretty ponderous. And also seeing as how their win con is like Walking Ballista and back it up with Pyroblast or Veil of Summer. If I can beat out Veil of Summer, Consign gets pretty good. I don't know. I might want that Fatal Push too. I don't know. Removal spells aren't that great when you're trying to put something in the graveyard and they just use Food Chain to put it in exile where they want it. How good is Pyroblast? It's not terrible. I think I'll take a couple of those. And yeah, we'll just go off, or no. Yeah, Psychic Frog's still pretty good. Thoughtseize on the draw. We did the thing with Sword of Fire and Ice. We can probably side it out now. I hope they start siding in a bunch of artifact hate. Nimble Obstructionist also doesn't really do anything in this matchup, surprisingly. And then one more cut. I still really like the idea of Opposition Agent messing with their mana and also their Manifest Fate, but the fact that they're a Lightning Bolt deck kind of makes it not as exciting to me. Yeah, seems pretty good to me. We need to hit red. So yeah, maybe actually I mulligan that. Okay, I think that's better. We have a way to beat Uro. And they'll need Eternal Scourge. If I can counter Mist Hollow Griffin, that is. Ooh. Well. That's an answer to Uro. I'm just going to assume they already had that in their hand. Yeah. I don't feel like we should be that worried about racing towards 5 mana. If they play Uro next turn, I will cling. They might fight over it. And this combo is pretty easy to disrupt, because they need the priority to cast a creature. There's Manipulate Fate. Just hit that with a Red Blast. Yet drawing a card is really the tipping point for me in that equation. If it didn't draw a card, I'd say, yeah, go for it. Whatever. There is the chain of food. I should probably spin for force, right? Definitely should. I miss. Well, it's not over yet. Just because they resolved food chain doesn't mean it's over. But what if they cast Miss Hollow Griffin next turn? I'll need Snap and Red Blast. Wait, they didn't play a land. So they need to top deck a land. Or if they have Kutai. What if I Narset and get interaction? Is that anywhere near good enough or safe? Doesn't really feel like it. But I need to push this game forward. It just resolved like that. Okay, well I suppose Brainstorm can still find Force of Will, but I feel like I'm about to lose. Yeah. You could pass the turn after that. I also am glad that Narset is so cool. That was a good exchange for us. But I'm sad that Narset's gone. That part is sad. Blowmasters. Bowmasters. Maybe I can find a Thoughtseize. No. That's okay. There's also no 5th land. Is this game really about From the Catacombs at this point? I don't think so. It's probably not even about Baragoyf. But it's even less about Kolaghan's Command. Unless they get in a weird spot where they only have 1 card left in their hand and it's Walking Ballista and they're trying to cast it. And they can make all the mana in the world, but they won't have priority to cast a Walking Ballista until they let my Kolaghan's command resolve. But that's pretty narrow. Pretty darn narrow. Definitely let that happen. Yeah, the problem with that line is that it requires my opponents to be bad. And if I lose, then it's because I didn't give my opponents enough credit. Well, that'd be terrible. This works for me. I mean, they do kind of have a Legion of Kutais, but I should bolt one. It's not a great exchange, but gotta start keeping that board clear. They didn't change their sideboarding. There's one more Veil of Summer to fight through. Ballista for 2. I guess I want to bolt that now. If they keep it around, they might just shoot Bowmasters, and they'll shoot something else on the way out, which is unfortunate. Or maybe I can get them to block. Something like that. I can also just bounce Food Chain right now. Yeah, I want to do something with my mana. Can't really let them untap with that. If they put another counter on it, things just get really annoying, you know. I also have a turn of reprieve here, since they have to recast their Food Chain before really going off. So let's throw down Baragoyf. Backup Food Chain. Well, that's not so bad. Force of Will. Now we're talking. Alright. Bolt this thing out of the way. Try and get this over with. I'll take that Strix too. Alright. Can we trust in Force of Will? And the fact that they only have one more Ballista. The hell is this? Ballista for 3 with an obvious Pyroblast. Might as well make them use it. Oh, okay. They were just fronting Pyroblast. Alright, well, don't think I navigated that perfectly, but all the same, we got there. Incredible game 1. Alright, round 3. We're gonna Island Punter keep this on the draw. Probably Riskaminator. I feel like that deck is very popular. Still. I think I'd rather have a second Brainstorm than a second Bolt, but I could be wrong about that. So they kept their Surveil and shuffled their Ponder and also missed a land drop. This seems like someone who wouldn't mind dazing. Seems like a daisy deck. They can daze a Thoughtseize if they want. We don't give them the opportunity to. I want this Sword of Fire and Ice. I really want it. So I'll keep it. Well, maybe I will. If I don't have to cling or anything. It's really a card for later anyways, you know, like opponent has found land number 2. Now they might mind dazing a little more, but probably not. Alright, we'll pick up the sword. Consider. They might be playing Doomsday. I want to play Doomsday. I'm trying to get a lot of records done today. A little behind the scenes. So maybe I'll play some Doomsday after this. Oh my god. Well, our odds of winning are pretty low. They even have a blue up, so they could brainstorm right now and win. We'll see if they... We'll know if they get their Consider or not, because it's in their graveyard. And graveyards are face up. If only I'd played out this Sword of Fire and Ice, you know? That might have given me the requisite damage. It's a lot of damage. I mean, yeah, I don't see a Lion's Eye Diamond in there, so... Might be time. Yep. But they don't have Consider either. So how are they going to do that? Oh, okay. Well, that's interesting. Maybe they just have an army of... A Legion of Dazes? Put that on top. It's very important to front against Doomsday. Unfortunately, we don't have time for Sword of Fire and Ice. Don't shuffle that Ponder. We're going to represent Nimble Obstructionist. So if they take the time to Thoughtseize, we might be able to get them. Oh, that's interesting. That should give us the time we need, I think. Oh, there's Lion's Eye Diamond. Okay. Never mind. Forget I said anything. So if I play and equip Sword of Fire and Ice, that's 3 damage, then 2 off the trigger. But they can daze it at that point. Do they have daze in their hand? They can daze, I can pay 1 for the sword and then equip it. I think I'd rather just have them play around Nimble Obstructionist and maybe try and like Thoughtseize or Cycle Street Wraith, just something like that. Thassa's Oracle. Okay, well, why don't we petty theft that? They'll still have 1 devotion though, so better be careful. Okay, now it's time to cast Brazen Barber. Or what if I cast Snap Bolt? Would that be good? I think it's going to get dazed all the same. We know one of their cards is probably another Psychic Frog, honestly. Why would you only run 3? What are you, me? Ritual, ritual. 1, 2, 3, 4 rituals. No Cabal rituals. I don't see any anyways. Those could be in their hand. All the underground seas are accounted for. Three Lotus Petals. It's hard to know exactly what their list is, you know? 4 Ponders. 4 Brainstorms. Let's try this. Alright, saw that one coming. But now, if I top deck a land, Sword of Fire and Ice could really do the thing. Barrowgoyf, that's not going to help. Alright, I hope you only have 3 dazes. They just discarded a daze. I guess if they daze again... It's a long story. I guess it's not that long of a story, but it does involve a Wheel of Fortune. Okay, clearly we need to keep that in, right? I don't think it's going to be very good, though. Let's try Harsh Mentor. Their life total is like not... Oh, I just hit hide. Shoot. Shoot, where are the hidden cards? Dang it. Where do the hidden cards go? God, this is so embarrassing. Are they over here? Reset all filters. That doesn't reset these, though. Crap. Oh, hold on. No, that's the same thing. Shoot. Well, maybe for game 3 we can try out Harsh Mentor. God damn it. Why do people watch this channel? Oh, Kolgon's Command actually I think is the worst at its job here. I kind of like Edict against this new version of Doomsday. Then yeah, Bolt is also not at its best here. Okay. Oh, I wonder if they were trying to actually daze the sword and not discard to frog. Because yeah, discarding to frog there makes no sense. But then yeah, I think I just... Then they don't have the mana to hard cast an Oracle, right? Can only make one land drop a turn. This hand has to be good. It has Nimble Obstructionist, which is like the best card in the matchup if they don't have a super, super fast turn. And I think we can prevent a super, super fast combo by using Thoughtseize. And if they go on the creature half, we do have Strix, Brazen Borrower, maybe Ponder to help us get out of it. I mean, it'll be fast if they get a ritual. And they kept their Ponder, so hopefully it's not a ritual on top, because then they can win on the spot. But I'm also telegraphing I have Force of Will by not taking Doomsday. Double Frog, got it. Well, I hope I draw a land for this Strix, and I hope it's not basic mountain. Great. I had a feeling. Just in case I draw it next turn, though, let's get more blue. And just in case I draw basic swamp, let's make it Volcanic Island. Feeling pretty safe right now, although we did see a pile of Fatal Push. They could also just Doomsday right now, and I could be in a little bit of trouble. I really need to hit that land. I mean, they definitely have the mana to pull off a win, but I know they have a Delta and a Brainstorm. If their last card is Lotus Petal, they can win right now. I'm not seeing it. What is their last card? Land? Lightning Bolt. Not too great. I can look for Consigned to Memory, though. Yeah, we should do that. Or I could just take a land. It's probably better than nothing. I haven't missed a land drop yet, so that should say some stuff. I'm willing to keep a ponder after they've doomsdayed. They should play around consign. Although they do that by thought seizing, and that would clear Nimble all the same. And I don't really have the pressure to beat them with Narset. Stop! Don't go for it. It's not safe. I'm not bluffing. Hopefully they just do that thing where they present 2 wins. One right now and one next turn. Well, I guess I need to brainstorm. Wait, does that even make sense though? I feel like that doesn't really make sense. Because then they can play a land. That land is Cavernous Souls though, so it won't change the number of cards in their deck. Because if they did it off of Polluted Delta, then the Psychic Frog's devotion would give them the win no matter what. But like I said, their Underground Sea is right there, and so is the island. And the cavern is conspicuously missing. So I think it is Cavernous Souls. I mean, they'll just take Nimble Obstructionist and wait. Taking Brainstorm is sure interesting. Maybe they can just beat whatever I got going on here. Yeah, well, they only have 1 card in hand. I don't really see how this works out for them, unless they can also Thought Seize away my Nimble. Isn't there still a Polluted Delta in the mix? But yeah, if their last card is Thought Seize, could be in some trouble here. They're gonna wait. What does that mean? I know one of them is Polluted Delta. I know this to be true. Right? Or did I screw up? They probably have 4 deltas, right? 1, 2, 3. And the last one in their hand. I know this to be true. But I also don't want them to know what I drew, so maybe I'll just bounce this little guy. I mean, it doesn't matter, like their devotion will be 0 next turn. It needs to be Thoughtseize, but I'm pretty sure it's Edge of Autumn, unless they cited it out. Alright, getting the GGs. Tricky ones. Okay, so the last card is Daze. Then yeah, they had it right there. Alright, it is super funny that I try to showcase cards like Baragoyf and stuff like that, and then when I showcase a card as uncompetitive as Sword of Fire and Ice, I actually get to have it activate more than once in a league. It's very funny. We're 2-1. Better than I thought we'd do already. Alright, match 4, we're up against Unique Username 3. Can't argue with that. Got a mulligan we're looking at here. Just 1 land. Not the right one. Much better. Keep. I think our plan should be equipping Brazen Borrower with Sword of Fire and Ice, clearly. Brazen Borrower we can't currently cast. But all we do is top deck lands anyways, so. Thought sees you. Oh my god! It's Dredge, and they have so many enablers. This is bad. I guess I'd take Breakthrough. It's the most ruinous, but that Careful Study is also going to mess us up. Crap. Well, I think the best we can do is look like something they'll want to side in the Leyline of the Void for. Or if they just entirely miss. But I will scoop pretty early here. We do not have a lot for this. Almost nothing. They didn't crack the diamond in response. They hit a bridge. So their hand is Colosseum and one unknown. That Colosseum is going to go nuts as soon as they hit Threshold. Which would be next turn if they just crack those diamonds too. I guess we can put the Sword of Fire and Ice on Baleful Strix now. That's kind of cool. Try and hide the red. Necromoeba and Cabal Therapy? They'll never hit on Cabal Therapy. Actually, they might, because I have a Brainstorm. Yep, I think it's time to call it a day. I mean, a game. Another Necromoeba. Just show me what kind of blue dredge you are. Let me know if you have Force of Will or not. That's all I really care about. Actually, I don't know if that's better than letting them Cabal Therapy me. I don't think it is. We're going to assume they're not on Force after seeing a quarter of their deck with no Force of Will on it. There we go. Need the Red Blast. Thoughtseize from the Catacomb, Surgical Extraction. I wish I had Nile Spellbomb too. Consign of Memory actually could save you in a lot of cases. If they just need that Narcomoeba to start their whole shenanigans. Then Lifelink is very good. They don't really draw cards. They have cards that draw cards, but they'd rather dredge. Let's get Edict out. If they're dread returning a giant grave troll, you've already made a mistake somewhere. Kolgon's Command out. One Strix out. One Lightning Bolt out. They're better than you'd imagine. One Badlands out. And yeah, we have to cut Narset and also probably another Strix. We'll bring it back in exchange for a Thoughtseize on the draw. Yikes. Better. Hopefully top deck a blue card. Some dredge calculations being made over there, I'm sure. Dredgeful decisions. I'll keep. Bottom Badlands. See what they want to do about that. Psychic Frog does feel like the kind of threat that can beat Dredge. It's evasive, gets big, draws you more interaction, ideally. But yeah, I really want to hit that blue card because I don't want to go shields down next turn when I cast Psychic Frog. I mean, I have to. They're down to 5. There are things that are going to be very hard to interact with, though. Do it. Alright. I mean, in the absence of a blue card, that's probably one of the better ones, but I don't know. They can just like balloon out their graveyards so hard that hitting one thing with Surgical doesn't really work. Hitting Narcomoeba is usually a good start though. Or Bridge from Below. One of those two. If I can untap and have Cling and Surgical, I'm feeling alright. If I extract Grave Trolls and then just keep the Imps under control, if they can't dredge at all, they can't do anything ever again. maybe things will be okay. I don't know. They're thinking pretty hard. I think they have otherworldly gaze, which would be a pretty good 5. Oh no. Didn't even want to keep one card in their hand? You're crazy. What's the decision here? Don't you discard your whole hand? Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so they have 4 dredgers. I can't really keep that under control. 2 of them are the same though, so I guess if I top deck another surgical, I can surgical grave trolls and then cling Golgari Thug probably, and then surgical Stinkweed Imps too. That seems kind of insane. Consign a memory. There's the blue card. I'm not ready to discard anything yet. Thoughtseize? Okay, I'm ready to discard that. So yeah, what's really the line here? I can consign Narcomoebas and then extract bridges, and then I think they'll have a hard time getting off the ground. I think I do let them dredge. I'll let them cook, as it were. I'll let them cook. Pretty bad. Pretty bad dredge. But they can Coliseum. Are they not going to? Are they going to try and ambush my Frog? Well, I'm not letting this mana go to waste. But I guess I am, because there's nothing really that good to hit. There's Faithless Looting, or Grave Troll, I guess, but they could just dredge it in response. Yikes. It's too late for those. I'll never want to cast those again. I can foresee that fight here. But yeah, if I extract Narcomoebas, I feel like they'll have kind of a hard time starting their shenanigans. Okay. There's also... I could just consign that. And then I'll get to leave up Cling and Surgical, but not Force. But there is something really nice about extracting Narcomoebas. The only other thing that you'd want to hit after that is like Poxwalkers or Icarid, and then they'll be pretty light on ways to start generating creatures, because they need something to come out of the graveyard before they can use Bridge from Below and all that. I'm going to extract Narcomoebas. Only 3? Do you side one out? Into the Flood Maw. Oh, that's good. Yeah, Dredge doesn't care if you have a tapped fish. A fish. No Icarids, but 3 Poxwalkers. 2 Bridge from Below. What'd they bring in? Chain of Vapors? Yeah, that's not going to help them very much. I feel like we can beat this. Cabal Therapy is a pain, of course. I think we can, yeah. They're ghostly, but they're not going to rip through time and space. Okay, now I feel kind of bad, because I would have been able to consign 2 Narcomoebas should they arise. Okay, but we're good. We can't do anything quite yet, except flashback Otherworldly Gaze, but that won't get them anything, because they don't have Poxwalkers. We're in pretty good shape here. I feel so good I'm going to Surveil. Yes. We'll use that to nuke bridges. Or if we never have to do that, apply the final points of damage. Snapcaster Mage. Snapcaster Surgical. That would be pretty nasty, wouldn't it? However, they have Thug and Imp, but I can get rid of both of those. And if they took a natural draw from this junction, I feel like they'd never be happy again. Oh, but they have Coliseum. Yeah, can't really let them do that. But yeah, Snap Surgical on Poxwalkers. They'll just like never have a creature at that point. Wait, did I not take a photograph? Crap. Ooh, Oxyvagonus. Look out for that one. They don't have any red though. I think they need to start taking natural draws. They don't have their mana underneath them. It's probably worth to extract bridges. They might even concede. But yeah, let's just tighten up that clock. And most of their firepower comes from bridge from below. They won't have the priority to cast Cabal Therapy since it's a sorcery. Yeah, they just let that happen. Alright. I don't think there's a point taking a picture. Clearly, they did not side for the deck that they thought I was. So that was kind of a freebie. This one's going to be a lot harder. I never feel like I have time to cast Narset in this matchup. So logic stands, I should get that Sword of Fire and Ice out of here. But I really want Sword of Fire and Ice to like save the day when one of my flying threats sails through some Narcomoebas. That's how it works in my head. I'm not allowed to keep this hand. This one's better, but no land might be an issue until I get my first land. Alright. This is rough. Nimble. This is like the one card that can possibly catch us up. But I need blue mana first. I should honestly probably just send a land to the bottom. We're not really doing anything. Well, I could draw like Bowmasters. Yeah. But then again, my hand's just not doing anything very powerful if I get rid of this sword. Maybe that's not true. Maybe if I can Thoughtseize them. And indeed, they're passing, but it's probably Otherworldly Gaze. If I top deck a blue source, I'll just hold up Consign again. Instead, I mean, maybe I can hit an Narcomoeba trigger and stop their shenanigans from starting. Here we go. Alright. Never mind that Thoughtseize might be dead next turn. I just think this is a much better line. Which is why I took it one out. Yep. Cabal Therapy. That one probably won't hit, at the least. And they also didn't hit a Dredger, so... we're not, like, dying or anything. What am I looking for? Surgical? Psychic Frog? I feel like I'll eventually need that. Hopefully they don't show me a hand of like 4 Dredgers. Oh yeah. It happened. Oh, they left in Chain of Vapor. Okay. Yo. Not sure how we got away with that one. Pretty good. I mean, they'll still dredge, but... oh, right. That's pretty good. Do they have another one? They do, but they won't be able to flash it back without more mana. So if I can stop them from that, if I can stop this from entering, they'll probably take a natural draw. Because they can't cast Cabal Therapy without that Poxwalkers. This is weird, but I think it's right. I need them to miss on Narcomoeba too. I need a lot to go right here. But we gotta try. Oh, but also, like, they can just put a land on top of their deck. So yeah, I really need this to miss. I need this to miss hard. Yeah, they put a card on top of their deck. It's probably a land. Or a Lion's Eye Diamond. That works just as well. I don't know how we win from here. They kind of just got through us. Then again, we mulled to 5 without really being happy with our hand anyways. And maybe it was incorrect to try and stop Poxwalkers from entering. I think we were going to get pretty easily overpowered anyways, though. At the very least, I don't think they'll hit on this, but yeah, we're just going to get overpowered. Alright, that puts us at 2-2. And we wouldn't have had time to do Sword of Fire and Ice anyways, so be it. See if we can pull out a positive record here. Well, welcome to the final round. Fighting for that positive record, which in some ways is even more exciting than fighting for a trophy since there's a lot more on the line. Mulligan, of course. Alright. We'll keep this. Bottom land. Lead on Thoughtseize. If I can clear the way for a Barrowglyph with this Thoughtseize, or stretch their removal thin with Baleful Strix, well, that would be cool. Doomsday again? Is this deck getting popular? What do I take? Probably Doomsday, right? I really am tempted to take Fatal Push, though, and try and ride that Barrowglyph to victory. Might get it done before their life total holds up. Then again, maybe not, though. And if they want to Daze Baleful Strix, that's totally fine. Kind of sets them back. Yeah. That makes sense. But now I should be able to play around Daze for the rest of the game. And also, it may not seem like much, but attacking for 1 every turn against Doomsday is quite relevant. Alright, it's too many lanes. Let's try and have as many options as possible. If I need to, like, cling for an answer and then I hit Brainstorm, I also want to be able to shuffle and all that. Then in the absence of anything, I can just surveil. Ah, Psychic Farog. Well, I'll cling. I guess hitting Brainstorm is the best thing to do here. If I somehow cling all their Brainstorms, it might make their Doomsday piles more difficult. And then I imagine they're gonna Fatal Push on this Baleful Strix here. Oh, what? Well, that's interesting. We'll hope to hit a blue card then. Oh, I don't see Lion's Eye Diamond. Seems like they have a Force of Will. Oh, hold on. Yeah, I think they have a Force. Murktide. It's a blue card. Yeah, I think it's our best bet. Play the Barrowglyph. Force whatever they got going on. Hit for 1. We just force that. I'll pay for that. Fatal Push. Okay, there's the last Force. Need something real good here. Bowmasters? Probably not good enough. We can try, though. They probably just give this flying. Consign a memory. Red Blast seems good. Interested in Harsh Mentor as well. Even just as a 2/2, this attacking seems pretty good. Yeah. Then Fatal Push seems like an upgrade to Edict here. Couple bolts out, couple Kolagons come out. Keep Sword of Fire and Ice. 1 Strix. Cling to Dust, not very impactful. Might not even be able to grind very well with a Psychic Frog around. Kind of bad lands, they don't have a Wasteland or anything like that. Well, there is a lot at stake. Maybe I should cut this sword. Now I'll just go down to 1 bolt. Yeah, looks good. Opponent also keeping 7. It's a little rough. Having the 1 of Bolt is very interesting as well. I hope it is relevant. Yeah, this all looks pretty good. Not finding another black source is kind of rough. So we'll worry about that later. Strix becomes our pitch. Hide Consign. Yeah, this is pretty good. We have Pressure with Bowmasters. Removal spell with Pyroblast. This removal spell does not work on Baragoyf though, since it will be a 3/4 by the time Bolt resolves. Though it's a 2/3 when it's targeted. Doughty Voidwalker? I can bolt that. I think I'll cast Bowmasters first though, because I'm drawing Psychic Frog next turn. Gotta push damage. Maybe it doesn't matter if I take 3 either. Can maybe afford to take a hit from this Voidwalker so I don't just like lose to a combo. Nothing. Alright. Bolt there. See what we can hit. Thoughtseize. Sure. See what's going on over there. We'll let that resolve too. It'll be interesting if they hide something or if they shuffle. This one probably is worth Pyroblasting, right? Interesting. I'll take Psychic Frog, then force the other one. Force whatever they try to do. Well, no, because I want them to Doomsday, because I have Consign. Then again, do I care that much about Psychic Frog when I have Strix? Don't really have a way to cast it. By not taking Doomsday, I feel like they're also less motivated to cast it. Alright. Please. It's a little scary. Oh no. Why? Why must it be so bad? The Harsh Mentor is cool. So I should hide Consign 2 down. And then Harsh Mentor on top, I guess. Oh, can't beat that. Force that, pitching Brainstorm, I think. Or no, pitch Psychic Frog. Play this Harsh Mentor. Wow. So they're like full-on creature deck. They have Murktides, Psychic Frogs, Bowmasters. What else do they have? Another Bowmasters apparently. No block. This has been rough. I should brainstorm. Oh wait, no I shouldn't. Frickin' Bowmasters. I knew it. I frickin' knew it. Not going very well, is it? Hopefully I can at least punish that a little bit. Okay. They just shuffled. I think they got another Murktide, which is very unfortunate. 4/4 Wonder. What are we supposed to do now? Get a Black Source finally? No luck. Jesus Christ. Basic Mountain is rarely this bad, but today it is. Oh man. Can't afford to cast Thoughtseize. Probably can't afford to cast Psychic Frog either. So many things need to go right from here that it's kind of insane. It's kind of insane. Hopefully their hand is like 4 Doomsdays. Lotus Petal. Lotus Petal. Were they about to cast Lorien Revealed? I'm at 3. Oh, Street Wraith? That dang Swamp Walk. It's not good. Not sure how we get out of this one. I don't really have removal spells for that. Yeah, just lose. Well, bit of a disappointing final round there. Feels like we just couldn't make anything work. 2-3, not great, but I guess that's what you should expect when you register a card that's not competitive or anything. But it was fun. It was a fun league. Final round wasn't very exciting, but that's Magic sometimes. Alright, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. If you never want to see the wheel come back, just let me know. We won't mess around with stuff like this, but I like to try and keep this game fun for me. But I also understand if people want to see the more competitive stuff. So yeah, just let me know. And yeah, we're almost at 1,000 subs. Let's see if we can get there. And I'll catch you next time.